I told you guys I will be going to the UK, and we're here right now, training the chest with none other than Jack Eagles right there. So yes, let's have an incredible workout.
Hello and welcome back to YouTube. We're in London today, and I don't really like London. I'm here for a very special reason. Someone is getting to train with their idol today, someone they've looked up to for many, many years, and that person is Wesley. He gets to train with me. What a privilege for him. No, we're training with Wesley today, which is a bit mad. Got chest on the cards, which won't be demoralising at all. You know, my chest is great. But yeah, so I got here early, eating a couple of meals. It was like a 3.5 hour drive down, done some check-ins, and now we're sat in the gym. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a bougie pure gym, basically. So Wesley's going to be devastated when he gets here and realise that I've taken him to a bougie pure gym. Sorry, mate.
Like when I was your age, and it sounds like I'm super old, but but then you feel like it doesn't matter what you do, you feel indestructible.
I'm already past that.
Yeah.
I'm already injured myself. I pulled my forearm bracing on leg press.
Oh yeah? Oh,
That's
wow.
how bad it's got, yes. So
yeah, sometimes you get so strong on even leg movements, you gotta put straps around it to keep yourself in place, like a leg extension even, for example.
how many sets do you normally do working?
Usually 3. You?
I do like the whole top set, back off set.
Oh yeah?
It's like, yeah, JP, ego lifting, like.
Yeah, nice. We can do that if you want.
No, I can't injure you. Good. And again, come on.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Yep. What's your rest times usually in between working sets?
Whenever. I don't really time it. If it's a heavier set, like a heavy Smith press, longer. When it's more like isolation stuff, a bit shorter.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go by feel.
I think back in 2019-20, that's when I also came into contact with JP, with his forums, and that's when I discovered the working set, the back of set and the top sets.
Yeah.
I made a lot of gains with
That's
that.
pretty much all I've ever done.
But it's like, after a while, you start to
You
notice.
get so strong that it's
Yeah, exactly.
pointless.
It's like you get a lot of strength, and you've changed the logbook like to a degree that's not really helpful anymore. And then you also, it's not really about the muscle then, but it's about like the weight and the joints. You start to feel them. So
It's literally where I'm at now. I'm moving more to higher rep, more sets.
yeah,
Because otherwise I'm just too strong that it's not beneficial. It takes so much to do one set. I'm not really getting much from it. So
yeah. And then usually the rep range that is the lowest would be like 8 to 12, right? In the top
it
set.
depends on the movement, but yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, 8 is not already too low, or so it's like 10 to 15, and then
And then it's that's the back off
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
as well. So
But you gotta do what feels the best for you. I mean, you always start somewhere and then transform.
have you spoke about your plans for this season at all?
Yeah, I of course have a title to defend.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought that was going to be the
So
question.
the Olympia didn't go as I wanted it to go, but I was still quite happy with how I looked.
Yeah.
And that means I don't really need a super long off season to, be better for the next competition, because with that similar shape, I still won the ARNOLD.
How close are you to your cap?
Still have like in between 1 or 2 kilos to go, because every time I'm weighing in pretty much like this, except with a hoodie, and usually I eat breakfast or have like a liter of water, so I'm always like very safe. I'm never nervous. And it's funny because at the first Olympia, it was more difficult to make weight than now. because I wasn't as conditioned at all, and now it's like the conditioning game. Like it's funny because when you look at the 2017, 18, 19 Olympia, and you see those guys, you're like, whoa, they're a couple of weeks out still. It's like it has slowly changed to being like skinned out peeled right now.
It's a conditioning game in the minute, yeah.
It's like every time I'm proud, oh, I'm reaching the next level, and then those guys are reaching another level again. I'm like, where does it end, you know? That's pretty cool because when I last saw you was at the European Pro where you won your
ask
pro
if you
card.
remembered, yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
It was pretty cool that you went on stage with the pros.
I got to support next year, mate, yeah. It was a humbling experience. Very demoralising. It's like, great, I've turned pro, really happy.
Yeah, but I think it makes the off-season you're in right now even more valuable because you know exactly how hard you need to work to get to that level.
Yeah, I need to grow 3 inches in height as well as outwards. So, not quite let that one out yet. But no, it was such a good experience, yeah.
And how close do you think you are at your cap?
I don't know. It's really hard to say. Because I need to get leaner than I ever have been.
Yeah.
My weight cap's now 212 pounds. Right now, I'm just over 250.
Okay.
So I've got a good 40 plus pounds to take off, but I should be able to do that.
The first 10 pounds is gone already.
Yeah. I mean, even before that, but I've got so much travelling coming up. We go to Prague this week to watch, obviously, the show.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And then Hamburg and Vienna in December. I think after those few bits of travel, I'll drop 10 pounds anyway.
Yeah.
And then we'll see. So I don't want to be starting prep with 40 pounds to pull off because it's unnecessary. When do you start prep for the Arnold?
It depends. I'm going to a training camp with my coach in December, in the start of December, and he'll then decide based on my shape if we're going to start then or closer to Christmas. But it's going to be in December regardless. Yeah. That's for sure. Because I rather be done early than mess it up at the end with doing crazy stuff, you know?
Good.
Easy.
What are your predictions for Prague?
Now, I think Martin is going to win for sure. And, you know, Sean actually went to my coach, Stefan Kienzel, and his latest update was pretty impressive. So it really depends on if Sean achieves his look from last year. It could be very interesting. Then you don't know what he is going to look like, as he did win over Regan and Sergio before. But you know, Chris is such a interesting bodybuilder right now because he is heavier, but does he then still have his trademark look?
Yeah, it's the detail, isn't it? That's what he's known, is detail.
Yeah.
And if he's 15 pounds up, will that still be there?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, but maybe this, yeah. It would be awesome to see a battle between Martin and Chris, but I think you will see the big difference between having to, you know, all of Chris's off seasons.
He's never pushed it, really.
Yeah, he couldn't push it because then you would not make weight. So, and Martin is like a real, you know, when you see him in real life, I mean, you see the roundness, how thick he is, like everything is filled in.
Like Phil Heath 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. And on stage is even crazier. Like under those lights, then he comes to life. So it's going to be it's going to be a great show, but I think Martin is pretty much guaranteed to win.
Come on. And again. Yes. Good.
Oh. So I've actually watched one of your latest videos, so I know what your next show is going to be.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is that now confirmed, or are you?
Well, I'm doing it, yeah. I'm not, and I don't know. As a pro, I don't know how you enter a show. I don't know what I've got to do. So everyone knows I'm doing it, but I've not actually entered it because I don't know how to. So
Yeah, because if you know for sure you're gonna do it, you gotta send an email to the IWB Pro League
okay.
with a request for the contract for the show, and then they will send you the contract. You print it, you sign it, send it back, and then then you can actually put a date in your phone. Okay, I signed it. I have to do it, unless there's like a real medical reason or something, and you can drop out if you far enough in advance. You say, okay, I'm not going to do it anyway, because after the Arnold, when I won the Arnold, I was actually going to do Dubai and a Dutch show, but I was like, well, I'm now going to focus on the Olympia instead of the other shows, so I dropped out of those, even though I sent the contract. So you can still change that if you want, but...
Well, there we go. I now know how to enter Detroit. What are your predictions? Do you think I'll out-condition Michael DeBall?
Oh, so he's going to do it?
He said he's doing it, yeah.
Well, I think it's a great show because of the lighting and the background.
Yeah,
Because, but honestly, you don't have to out-condition Michael because I've beaten him before and he's always the most shredded guy. So as long as you have like a better shape, better proportions,
yeah.
and I think, having seen you already in stage conditioning, you have those classical lines.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
muscle. Yeah. Just a little bit more muscle, like 10 kilos, and then I'll be there. But no, I appreciate it. We're good. I don't know who else is doing it. I think they're trying to talk Rough Diesel into doing it, but he's not confirmed yet. So we're praying he doesn't. Just be moving further down. This is where you'll jump in last minute. You'll win the Arnold and then just come and ruin my day.
It really depends on how everything goes, but...
So it wasn't a no, it was shit. Yeah, I was on Instagram earlier. I've got to find it now. What is, I'll put the video on screen now, but what's this about?
Well, that's actually an interesting one for me to explain.
I mean, they're units, they're pretty big.
There are, the only thing I know, there's a lot of geese in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So like every lake or wherever there's water, there's usually a lot of geese, swans, ducks, but and they do all kinds of weird stuff with the animals. But I've never seen it myself. Talking about Dutch culture, the stroopwafel designer way.
Yeah, I've already gone through 2 tubs of it. Yeah. Anyone in the UK, if you've had stroopwafel from like Tesco, it's awful compared to an actual Dutch stroopwafel. Yeah, is that what your off-season's fueled on? Just stroopwafel? Just like pre-workout meal, stroopwafel?
Yeah. Well, it was what probably my height was fueled on, because I ate it so much back in the day. Like it was standard, like on the table when you're watching TV. Your parents always have like the stroopwafels on the table, and like other stuff as well. Like have you also had the speculoos flavor, like the flavor powder or the limited edition designer way?
I've had speculoos Ben & Jerry's.
Oh,
that's about it.
Well, that's also a Dutch. There's actually the original speculoos. It's actually speculaas in Dutch, but it's the image of a windmill in the form of a cookie. So that's the actual original where it comes from.
Okay.
And but now I think because of a trademark, maybe they're calling it speculoos instead of speculaas, but it's still the same flavor.
What else do you do normally for chest?
Normally it's actually this, and then if I feel good, maybe bodyweight dips to failure as a finisher, but that's it.
What is your split? Just sort of pro split type?
So legs, push, pull, rest, repeat. Very simple.
Okay.
But with the legs, my volume is like 50% higher than the other body parts. And my fiance, she's now always training with me. with legs and crushing me. Because women love to train legs, but she's like really, she's not just a girl, she's an actual beast in the gym. So yeah, she buries me, no mercy. Yep. Come on.
I do an 8-day split, so it's 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off.
Okay.
So 2 really across 8 days.
Yeah. Do you train everything twice within that split?
Not really. It's legs once, but then I do like a posterior day. So I retouch hamstrings on my back day, but I was just massive focus on back and arms this whole off season. So it's a little bit more back and a little bit more arms. And then like quads leg wise, once every 8 days is enough.
So that's a good responder for you, the quads.
For the legs, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But on my back's awful. So it's just because I didn't know how to train it for so many years. Yeah, that was the issue with the JP stuff is I thought I was growing my back, so I was getting really strong.
Yeah.
But I was using everything but my back.
Exactly. That was my issue as well. With going so heavy on the leg, I need volume. I know, like when I used to train the chest back in the day in arms with so much volume, like drop sets, supersets, ARNOLD, Schwarzenegger sets, you know, that like those, they were disproportionately big compared to the rest.
Yeah.
But for the legs and the back, I trained too heavy. So I personally need the volume, especially for the legs. But that's why I train it so often and so frequent. But everybody has their own muscle group where it happens. Come on. Good. Yeah. Come on.
How long are you in the UK for?
Until Wednesday. So not too long. Like the thing is, I have 2 airports in the Netherlands. The airport I'm going to now only has like 2 flight times a day, and Amsterdam is like 20 a day. But to get to Amsterdam, as I mentioned, it takes 1.5 hours for me. So in this airport, it's like 10 minutes away from my house. So I'm like, okay. And if I would leave tomorrow, I would have to shoot, and then pretty much half an hour later I have to be out of here, and that's not possible. So I'd rather just have to shoot, train, relax the night, and then in the morning leave. That works best. But yeah, you probably know as well as I do that every extra day you have to travel. It's like it's not like you don't have to think about it. You have to prep, all the food. Like with each day, your suitcase is like 2 kilos heavier.
Yeah, it's not that. It's awful.
Like I can drive there 6 or 7 hours. I'd rather drive than go by plane, because then I can dump everything in my car, not have to worry about the weight, the luggage, all that stuff. No stress. Stop whenever you have to eat. It works way better.
I am cooked. This is a lot more volume than I normally do. What do you do? 9 working sets for chest and 4 sets of lat raises. Fucking cardio.
Do you ever have muscle ache in the side delts?
It's like the worst one.
Yeah.
I feel like mid-set, yeah, like post-training, not really.
No, I mean like the soreness
Oh, yeah, not
afterwards.
Really.
Because like shoulders can never really be big enough. I'm like, every time I'm ending a set, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is my limit to recover from? And like the next day I feel nothing. It's like, and my strength is staying the same, it's not going down. So I'm at least doing 4 sets every time I train them, a couple of times a week. That's how the Dutch oak like to train.
Yeah, that's why you look like that and I still look like this, because clearly I'm not training hard enough.
Well, normally today, I'm still gonna do some abs and calves, which you don't have to do, of course.
Yeah, start doing calves. No chance. Fill up my weight cap.
Oh yeah, with useless muscle.
Exactly.
That they don't look at anyway.
No, it's pointless. Same with forearms. Like my forearms are like weirdly big,
Oh yeah.
and it's pointless.
Have you used straps often in the past?
Every time, always.
Yeah?
Literally since
Oh,
I was
okay.
like a kid. And I've never trained calves, and they're just
Ramon Dino curse.
yeah.
He also has like huge
Yeah,
forearms.
he's massive in there.
But I think it looks good though. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I've got no biceps, it doesn't.
Yeah. Then you gotta balance it out again.
It's just all forearm, no bicep. So it's like, it's not great. Right, that is a session. Thank you for your time, Wesley.
Of course.
So you got the Arnold coming up. When you win the Arnold, would you say it's purely because of this session with me?
This has been the turning point in my career, where everything from this point onwards, I'll win everything.
Agreed.
This is it. I've learned so much.
Amazing. Yeah. I paid him a tenner off screen to say that. But no, it's been sick. Obviously, a fantastic experience for me. Yeah, hopefully do it again sometime in the future.
Yeah.
But no,
Maybe we'll compete sooner than you think together.
you don't want that, buddy.
No?
Your career's going so well.
I
You don't think so?
gotta be on the same stage as you one day in that. I mean, for sure.
Sorry, I keep drinking, mate. Yeah, hopefully, obviously one day when I'm good enough to not get completely demoralised like last time, I will get my revenge. Maybe.
Awesome, for
Or I'll just wait for him to retire and then I'll start competing again.